Well, it's a very exciting day in West Long Branch as Monmouth and the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference officially announced the Hawks being the newest member of the conference. I'm happy to be joined by the commissioner, one of the men that made this move happen, Rich Ensor. And Mr. Ensor, I feel like I should call you that because it's appropriate. Not only a great day for Monmouth University, but a great day for the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, adding another school to the already sterling league that you oversee.
We think the expansion we've just undertaken is really going to improve the league. It's exciting to bring in a Monmouth, King Rice, and the team he's developing, this facility, and the marketplace. It's such a big marketplace in Monmouth and Ocean County for our schools in terms of enrollment and athletics. So it's a great win-win for both Monmouth and the MAAC.
And there are going to be some older rivalries renewed. We heard during the press conference today that obviously Rider and St. Peter's University being members, maybe get back to some more of those Garden State rivalries that we used to enjoy.
Well, in-state rivalries are important. I always think that there's nothing better than a rival to drive interest. And when you put it in a league setting, whether it's Duke or North Carolina or Rider, Monmouth, it just drives fan interest. And none are going to be better than these. Certainly, those games that you played against Rider in the NEC championship are just part of the history of both your schools. And I'm a St. Peter's alumnus, so I know I've been coming here a long time playing basketball games and seeing games. So I think it's great for all our schools.
And it's interesting how, even though it's a new league for Monmouth, you mentioned it, we can look back to see some of that history. But now as we look forward, what does this mean not only for Monmouth, which we can speak to, but for the conference as a whole moving forward?
Well, I think what you'll see is the MAAC is pretty proactive in terms of our championship. We play at a neutral site now at Springfield. We have an exhibit in the Basketball Hall of Fame that Monmouth will now become part of. We have a relationship with Disney that extends to sports with our fall sports and golf in the spring. But we also do the Old Spice Classic there every Thanksgiving, and certainly Monmouth will become part of the rotation of teams that play in there. We just started with the Basketball Hall of Fame, a women's exempt event, which you're scheduled to be in next year, and we have one for the men too. So you're going to see that there's a lot more to MAAC basketball than just the games that you play here. The constant branding, the fact that we're involved with ESPN and put out a great product on that network, I think your fans will see it's a big step forward.
And, you know, Commissioner, one of the major things with this conference realignment is always what about a school attracts the conference? What were some of the factors that you and the rest of the members looked at when thinking about and ultimately adding Monmouth?
We looked at about 10 factors, but for us, our mission is academics and athletic excellence. So we start with that. What's the athletic program look like? What success have they had? What commitment do they have to basketball? Then we go to academics. Where is the graduation rate? How have they done in the classroom? Are there athletes not only on the All-MAAC team, but will they also be on the All-MAAC academic team? So those are all kind of factors that we look at. We look at the broad base of your sports, and we have a commitment for both soccer and lacrosse on the men's and women's side. So we wanted to see what commitment you had there. And then just general issues like this facility, as we already talked about. But the rivalries, the compatibility, enrollment, what admissions look like, the wide spectrum of financial and other information. And Dr. Gaffney here and Dr. McNeil certainly worked hard with us over the past 4 months to get that all done to make for a decision last Friday with the MAAC Council of Presidents.
Well, obviously it's an exciting day. It is a historic one. But how are we going to clean up this whole MAAC situation? I think you have a suggestion.
Well, I did have a suggestion, but I'm not going to repeat it.
Well, Commission,
it'd be nice to see naming rights here. So that will lead to a little bit of confusion. I saw last week we had some people were identifying the MAAC as MAAC with the league in Mid-America because we were talking about the facility. So there is confusion in that branding, but we'll let President Gaffney figure that one out.
Well, Commissioner Ensor, it's my pleasure to not only have you here on GoMUHawks.com and Hawk Vision, but Monmouth, and I'm sure I could speak for all of us when I say this, a very proud new member of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Ed.
That's Commissioner Rich Ensor on this historic day at Monmouth University, the Hawks joining the MAAC.